Hello and welcome to day 7 of the 12 Days of Money Tips. Today we are going to talk about your net worth and why it's important to track it. Net worth is something that everybody has, and it's a very simple calculation and easy number to figure out. So all that your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities or your debts. So things that are included in your assets would be the value of your house, your investment accounts, your brokerage accounts, your retirement accounts, any cash you may have, possibly any businesses that you could sell, and anything else that you have that holds a value that you could get a profit for. Some people don't include their house in their net worth, but it just depends from person to person, but that's just the main gist of it. Now, your liabilities are your debts. So this would be your car loan, your student loans, any credit card debt, any money owed to the IRS, anything that is not completely yours, even your mortgage that is a negative on your net worth. So you just take your assets minus your liabilities, and that's where you get your net worth. To be honest, a lot of people don't have strong finances, and the last thing that they are tracking is their net worth. But I think it is a very important thing to track. I actually didn't start adding mine up until I guess earlier this year, maybe late last year, but I didn't really start paying attention to it until this year. But I do think it is something that you should keep track of, not be obsessed with, but let's get into the reasons why that is. The first reason is that it shows you where you stand financially. And the reason this is important is because sometimes people think that they are well off financially if they have a good income or if they are just able to pay their bills. But that is not a true determination of where you stand financially or the health of your finances, because you may be earning $100,000 or $200,000 a year, but your net worth could still be negative. I'm not sure why it is that people don't care about their net worth or why they don't even think about it. I guess it's kind of like investing, where you think it's just something you need to worry about later on in the future, but it is a big part of your finances, and it's important to understand that while you're young and currently, even while you're in debt, and even if you know that your net worth is negative, because it allows you to continue to improve your net worth by going further in the positives. So related to that, the second reason that you should be tracking your net worth is that it helps you to plan. If you have a negative net worth, then you've got to figure out what you need to do to get into the positive, to get rid of all of your debt, if that is something you would like to go after, which I think you should. Then obviously make a plan for your retirement. So your net worth is going to help you to retire because it includes all of those things. It includes your retirement accounts, it includes your investment accounts, and that's what's going to help you leave your job and retire whenever it is that you would like to retire. So if you maintain a negative net worth or a very low net worth for a long time, then that's going to be more difficult as you age. So once you see what your net worth is, you can set a goal of where you would like it to be, the number that you need in order to retire by a specific age, and then you make a plan to get to that number. Number 3, it demonstrates the importance of your investments and the power of your debts. Again, because so many people don't acknowledge their net worth, they're not clear on the power of debt and the power of investing on the opposite side of that. So a lot of people will purchase a brand new car, and their income, let's say that their income is $50,000 and they choose to finance a $30,000 car because they can afford the monthly payments. However, now if we go and look at their net worth, it is highly likely that they have a negative net worth because their car loan is $30,000, which is really high. And that's on top of everything else that they probably have liabilities on. And just because you have a house and maybe the equity has grown on that and now it is worth whatever amount. So you think you're good to go for whatever amount of time, or you just think you're in a good, healthy financial situation, but you're also not considering your mortgage, which is a liability that you have to subtract from your net worth. And then if you got that car for $30,000, that's even more of a liability. So even if you think your net worth is positive just because you have that house that you can sell, that's probably not the case because you have all these liabilities. And with that being said, hopefully it would inspire you and motivate you to pay off those debts or sell those things that you actually cannot afford and begin to invest more so that you can increase your net worth. The final thing is that you can track your progress, which I think is really exciting. And that is one of the main reasons why I wish I started tracking my net worth earlier. So I've always been aware of how much debt I have, and I've never really had high assets at this point in my life. So at the time, it would have been interesting to see back in 2018 and 2019, early 2019 even, to see how low my net worth was. I am still in the negative net worth. It's usually about negative 27, negative 28 at this point. But I know before it was a lot lower than that. And each time it goes up, it is very exciting. And I love to see the progress of that. There's an actual graph that I can see of it going up. And I know that if I had started looking at my net worth back then, I could have seen that go up even more. I'm somebody who's very motivated by progress, and progress makes me very happy. So to me, I find it really satisfying to see that. But as I always say, better late than never. So you can go ahead and start tracking your net worth today. And it's pretty simple to do this. So you have a couple of options out there. You could do this manually if you wanted to in an Excel sheet and put together, you got to keep track of all of your assets, all of your liabilities. Then you can calculate it out and make your own graph of that. However, I prefer to use an online platform. I use Personal Capital. There are other websites for this. I believe Mint does it as well. But I use Personal Capital. It is free. It's simple to use. I like the app. I like the website. All you do is log into all of your accounts through Personal Capital. This is a safe website to use. It is used heavily in the financial community. And right now they actually have a promo for if you sign up with Personal Capital, they will donate a toy for Toys for Tots. So I thought that was pretty cool and a perfect time for me to promote this. So if you don't have Personal Capital, then be sure to sign up down below with the link I have. I don't get any money for this. I'm not affiliated with them. It's just for them to donate a toy for Toys for Tots. And this is what I use. It allows you to enter everything and then it connects it for you and keeps track of it daily. So if your account drops, it shows that, it reflects that in there. If your account goes up, it reflects that in there. Whatever the balance is, it updates daily. Whenever you log on to check it, you can see that. I think it's a lot easier to do it that way because, like I said, it is just keeping track of it in the background rather than you having to go and make sure you have all your numbers straight at the end of the month for you to input into Excel. And then if you forget about it for a month or so, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. It's still going on back there. So I really like Personal Capital. Now for myself, I do not count the value of my car toward my net worth because I just don't see it that way. Of course, some people do that. Same with mortgage, with their house. I don't think that's something that I would do in the future. I probably wouldn't include it as at least my primary home. I would not include as part of my net worth because it's just personal preference. But maybe if you have rental properties that you are not living in, then you could put that toward your net worth. But I just would rather keep track of my investment accounts. But that's the other cool thing about it. It's up to you what you want to include in there, and it's really fun to keep track of. I also only check my net worth about once a month. That's pretty normal. I don't think you need to check it any more than that. Otherwise, you may get too wrapped up in it, too stressed out about it, and that's just not necessary. Sometimes I'll check it another time in the month, but it's just because I'm curious and there's no reason other than that. Either way that you prefer to do it, I do encourage you to start tracking your net worth. It will help you to make better financial decisions and really focus on increasing those assets and decreasing those liabilities, and that's all that matters. So go ahead and dedicate an hour or two to set either through Personal Capital or other online platform or manually and start tracking today. Comment down below what you use to track your net worth. Feel free to share what your net worth if you are open to that and maybe what your goal is. And also share if you use a different platform so that others can be aware of what's out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's money tip video.